Hey guys, Steven here and welcome back to another first look and unboxing video, and today we have here the HomTom HT5. Never heard of HomTom before, but so far as I did read and see, it's produced by DOOGEE, and also there's stickers, so some things really look like from DOOGEE phones. So while the HomTom HT5 looks very similar to the Oukitel K4000, bit different specs, cheaper price, and as always we can find a link down below in the description if interested, but I would say let's get directly started and let's have a closer look at the specs of this phone. So ladies and gentlemen, here are the specs of the HomTom HT5, and as you can see they are very similar to the Oukitel K4000. So it runs the same chipset, the MTK6735 64-bit quad-core SoC, clocked at 1 GHz. So this is really kinda low performance. Then it runs Android 5.1 straight out of the box. As always, it's a dual SIM phone, it's a 5-inch phone, HD resolution display, should be IPS, and it should also come with Corning Gorilla Glass and 2.5D arc screen. So well, it's a 5-point capacitive touchscreen, well nothing special, an 8 megapixel Sony rear camera, and it's software interpolated to 13 megapixels. Well, it's some kinda old Sony sensors and nothing new, and the front-facing camera it's 2 megapixels interpolated to 5 megapixels. Then internal memory, so we have 1 GB of RAM plus 16 GB of ROM. Now this is lower than on the Oukitel, so same ROM but 1 GB less RAM, and this really sucks actually. But it doesn't make a huge performance difference since the bottleneck is almost the chipset. Then the capacity of the battery is 4250 mAh, which is also almost the same. So I would say let's get now directly started and let's do the unboxing. And there we go, here comes the box with the HomTom logo as you can see, so this should be the silver or grey model. Then now let's open it up and there we go. So here we have the smartphone in this protection sleeve, so let's get it off the box. And well, looks a little bit different to the Oukitel K4000 if I have a look at the buttons, but the rest here almost looks the same. We can also remove here the back cover, which is also included, and here you can see, wow, that's some pretty cool back cover actually, nice pattern. So we'll just have a look at the phone in a second, but for now let's put it beside and let's have a look at the accessories. Okay, let's get started here with that box, and in here we have the charger, and oh, the charger looks like pretty nice quality. That looks absolutely great actually at the first look, because it's very big, HomTom logo, very glossy. It comes with the correct power socket connector for my country. Well, you probably have to bend it here a little bit, it looks kind of strange. Here at the top we have the USB port, it's straight in, looks okay, there are no gaps. And there's quick charging as you can see, so the output it's 5 volts to amp, so not only 5 watts, so it should charge a little bit quicker, not some real quick charging probably, but well, I will measure the charging time in the full review. But at the first look, the charger looks like really nice quality. Okay, then let's have a look here at this cable. It's a micro USB cable, so there's no USB Type-C or anything fancy, so just micro USB, and here we have a black cable, which you can find inside the box, so around 70 centimeters long or something like that. Okay, then here we have some other things, and probably there's just a user manual or maybe a screen protector or whatever, or nothing, no, yeah. Okay, here we have a screen protector with microfiber cloth, normal screen protector, nothing special. And so far as I can see there's one on the smartphone, so you end up with 2 screen protectors, that's pretty good. And here we have the user manual. So HomTom HT5, and you see also the font here looks like DOOGEE, so this is definitely a DOOGEE phone. And pretty nice with pictures of the smartphone, yeah, that looks good, and it's also multi-language, but only just a couple of, yeah, pages in each language. Okay, basically that's everything we can find here inside the box. No headset, so just charger, phone, screen protector, and user manual. Then now let's go and let's have a closer look at the smartphone itself, right? Oh yeah, now there we go, here's the HomTom HT5, and I think I don't have to say anything, it's just like, yeah, the Oukitel K4000. I'm really not sure who has designed the smartphone, probably some other company, and Oukitel and DOOGEE or whatever, they have just rebranded it. But well, here you can see it from the backside, so it's exactly the same phone actually. Exactly the same body, but the internals are different. As I've told you, there's 1 GB less RAM on the HomTom, and the rest is actually very similar. I guess also same camera module, at least it looks like that, and also from the specifications. But I really like the back cover on the HomTom HT5. It looks a little bit like some wooden back cover, it looks absolutely cool. The Oukitel in white looks somehow crappy in my opinion, but you see it's exactly the same phone. So I think I don't have to do a comparison, because here from the body, from the outside, you can see they are exactly similar. The HomTom, well, 1 GB less RAM and cheaper, and I think looks a little bit better, but you can also get the Oukitel in a different color. Okay, then let's just go and let's have a quick look here at the HomTom HT5. Now the capacitive touch buttons, they are different. So if you have seen the Oukitel, it has completely different capacitive touch buttons. Actually, I like them a little bit more. There is still no backlight, which looks not so good, but I have to say they're more centered, looks kind of nice. Also, that's a black version, so you don't see that there's a black bar around it, but we can quickly change the wallpaper here, so I can actually show you how thick the bezels are. And there we go. Okay, there are no colorful wallpapers, so we have to take this one here. And you see the bezels are actually not too thick, and with the 2.5D arc screen it looks like really nice quality. The display itself looks nice, so yeah, regarding colors and viewing angles, it's really not bad at all. So it looks actually kinda good for an HD resolution screen, but on 5 inches the pixel density on 720p is also okay, and we all know 720p also gives us a little bit of better battery lifetime. And the battery lifetime will be really good, because we have a low clocked SoC and we have a huge battery. Okay, then let's have a closer look here at the top. Here we have the front-facing camera. Then here we have light and proximity sensor. It's exactly here left from the earpiece. And yeah, I didn't check right now if there's a notification LED, but we'll do it a little bit later. Okay, the back side, as you've seen before, back cover is also detachable, and it looks a little bit like a wooden back cover. Comes here at the bottom with the HomTom logo, and here we have the speaker grid. At the top we have the single LED flash and the kind of small rear camera. Now let's have a look at the frame, and the frame is really massive. So there were some huge stability tests with the Oukitel K4000. They hammered nails into a piece of wood. They took a hammer and smashed the display, and it didn't crack, and it looked pretty cool. Now the frame seems to be very massive, so the phone is really heavy. We can quickly put it on a scale, and there we go, my scale is actually right over here. So I'll just continue talking while the fucking scale boots up. And yeah, at the top of the frame we have, like on the Oukitel, the 3.5mm headphone jack along with the antennas. Here on the right side of the frame we have the power button. Power button is really responsive, that's something I like here. And we also have the volume button, which is a single button, so volume down, volume up. At the bottom of the device we have the micro USB port to charge it, connected to a computer, and the bottom microphone for doing calls. Okay, I hope it's not empty. Yes, so the scale has booted up, and we can now just check out the weight. And there we go, the weight is 205 grams, so it should be exactly the same weight like the Oukitel K4000. And the Oukitel, no, it's just 2 grams difference actually. Okay, so actually, as I've said before, it's almost the same phone like the Oukitel, but a little bit different specs. And here at the bottom we have different capacitive touch buttons. For sure, as I've said before, we can also remove the back cover, so there's a slot here at the bottom to remove it. Just go in there with your fingernail and peel off the back cover. And the back cover is really stiff. Here on the inside, some pattern, but no sticker, no antennas, so no NFC, whatever. Now here we have the battery, and the battery capacity, it should be 4250 mAh, and there we go, and that battery is so incredible massive. And 4250, we can check it with the Oukitel, and there we go. And the Oukitel, you see, battery looks actually the same, and it has 4000. So I can't really tell you, okay, it fits in here, so I guess it will be 4000 too. Now, I've never heard of HomTom, and on some DOOGEE phones I had a wrong battery capacity on the sticker, but so I guess maybe on the DOOGEE they have faked something. But we can also check out here the capacity, maybe if there's a factory label on there. Okay, it doesn't say anything, so there's just the date and nothing special. We can quickly check it out here on the HomTom, and well, we can do it right over here. And maybe it tells us something about the capacity, but here on the HomTom there's actually nothing on the inside. So I will have to measure it, and yeah, I will tell you my results in the full review. But I guess 4000 mAh will be also in there on the HT5, because I guess both batteries are the same, because they have exactly the same size. We can quickly check out the weight. The weight is here 66 grams. and here on the Oukitel it's 65.5. So I don't guess half a gram is a difference of 250 milliamp hours. So well, I will definitely check this out and tell you the result. Okay, let's continue here on the inside. So here, it looks a little bit cheap here from the inside. So well, the sticker here, not really the best, comes a little bit off. Here at the bottom we have the speaker, a single speaker in the middle. Then we have here the micro SD card slot. You can extend your internal memory, 64GB SD cards are working. Then here we have the SIM card slot. So this is the first SIM card slot, this is the second one, both are micro SIM card slots. And yeah, that's the phone from the inside. Antennas here at the bottom, here, here and here. And now I would say I will just reattach the battery, which I have just removed. And yeah, reattach the back cover, and then we'll boot it up and check out how the UI looks like and if they have changed something, or if it just looks like on the Oukitel. So there we go, guys. Okay guys, so we're now here on the smartphone, and well, as you can see, it looks a little bit customized. At least we have a different icon pack, but the rest is very close to stock. So we have here the stock launcher, you have here the menu, so it's nothing which is quite exciting. Okay, so let's go here to the settings, and yeah, the new icon is here, and there we go. So we can go all the way down here to about the phone, and here we can see that it is running Android version 5.1. So this is definitely Lollipop, and here's also that damn Easter egg game. Okay, so let's go back here, and at the top we have wireless update. So let's see if there's an update. Yeah, OTAs are actually working most of the time, but I'm not really sure. I've never heard of this company before, but DOOGEE usually provides OTAs, not too often, but you should get some. Okay, here we have Wi-Fi, so I'm connected to my home network, and as you can see also the 5 GHz band is working, so dual band Wi-Fi seems to work. Regarding the signal, it looks quite good. It finds my neighbor's network, and here my home network also with 65 Mbits, good signal strength. So at the first look Wi-Fi seems to be quite okay. We have Bluetooth in there, we have HotNod. Now HotNod is something similar to NFC, but it works basically when the screen touches another device's screen. And yeah, it only works between MTK devices which also support HotNod, so it's not compatible with NFC. Okay, so let's have a look here at more. As you can see, there's nothing special inside. Here we have the display settings with mirror vision, but no sensor calibration. We have here the storage, and the good thing is it comes with one big partition. So from the 16 GB you have 12.1 GB total space, and straight off the box you have 11.7 GB usable. This is a quite good value. Now regarding the battery, I can't tell you anything here right now, but I had it with the screen on now for I think over 1 hour, just because it was downloading everything, and the battery only dropped like 10%, so it seems to be a quite good battery, and the battery lifetime is probably just as good as on the Oukitel K4000, because the specs are quite similar, and also the battery capacity. Now here we have apps running in the background, so let's quickly check this out, and there we go, it's now loading. So with the 1 GB of RAM you see you're a bit limited, because the ROM consumes almost 450, 500, so like 50% of the RAM, and you only have 500 megabytes of RAM left for apps and games. But well, as I've said, regarding games, the MTK 6735 at 1 GHz is a real bottleneck. So the performance difference between 1 GB and 2 GB in the benchmarks will be maybe 1000 points in Antutu, or not even that. Okay, we can have a look here at language and input, and it's multi-language, as you can see. Not the full Android language pack, but you can see here all languages which are in here, and yeah, quite a lot, so the most important languages should be supported. Okay, now that's basically everything we can find in here, so nothing too fancy in the settings. And yeah, status bar here, quick toggles, also nothing fancy. We can quickly go here to the menu, so maybe we can find something. Okay, there's some kind of keyboard pre-installed, FM radio, Go keyboard also pre-installed. Xander support is also in there, so basically for data transmission. Yeah, super power, what the hell is that? Okay, super power saving mode or whatever, don't want to use that, exit. Okay, so yeah, the software is a little bit customized, and we have some things in there which, yeah, like off-screen gestures, probably like touch letters, smart wake up, screen on gestures. Yeah, you will see all that in my full review. I don't want to bore you with that, but you see the icon pack looks disgusting, so I would definitely change that. For sure, I also did some benchmarks, and yeah, the benchmarks are really not impressive, so I'll probably have to rerun them because I cleaned the RAM, so just give me a second. So yeah, the benchmarks are finished. Now let's have a look at the result. And I have to say, the 1 GHz SoC with 1 GB of RAM is really slow. So sometimes applications do lock up, like I loaded up Antutu and Geekbench, and then the phone did lock up and I had to reboot. So we have here 20,000 points. If we check this out in the ranking, then you can see this is like 40% of the performance of a Galaxy Note 4. We can also have a look here at info, and here you can see basically all the phone information. You will notice that it runs in 32-bit system, so Android 5.1 32 bits. Now the chipset in the most datasheet, they say it's a 64-bit chipset, but well, there are different versions of this chipset, like the 1 GHz version, 1.3, 1.5, and somehow most of the 1 GHz versions run only with 32 bits, and seems to be some problem with the SoC, but I have no official statement from MediaTek, so I can't really tell you what's going on here. Here you can also see that there are only the basic sensors inside. We'll just have a look at sensor box in a second. Here the Geekbench Test, also not really impressive, 465 and 1245 multi-core score. We can see here the RAM, 931 megabytes, and it clocks up only to around 1 GHz. Okay, CPU-C, and there we go. So here the SoC. So you see 4 cores, quad core, clocks up to 988 MHz, so around 1 GHz. Always quite high CPU load even in idle. And yeah. We can have a look here at the system info. So there is no, it's not pre-rooted, so there's no root access. Battery, nothing special in here. Here the temperatures, and it was before on 47 degrees, so it was actually a little bit warmer than the other 1 GHz chipsets I have here, probably because of benchmarking. Temperatures are going down now anyway. Here the sensors, accelerometer, proximity and light sensor, which we can also verify here in sensor box. And just like the Oukitel K4000, it doesn't come with an orientation sensor, no gyroscope, no magnetic sensor, so we just have light, proximity, accelerometer and sound sensor, so microphone. That's absolutely nothing special. You can't use cardboard because there's no gyroscope, no magnetic sensor, so this is really a pain in the ass. But well, the phone is very cheap, so it's actually, this phone is actually made for people who just want to have very decent battery lifetime, just use basic stuff, WhatsApp, Facebook. So if you are looking for a phone for your parents, which should be cheap, which has to be which has to have a great battery lifetime, and just do the basic things like for chats, doing calls, then yeah, a phone with the 1 GHz SoC and the big battery is definitely great. And also this one here has great build quality, so probably if you drop it, it will survive if it's as stable as the Oukitel K4000, which I guess because it's the same body. Okay guys, now that was my first look and unboxing video here on the HomTom HT5. All in all, I really enjoyed testing it here, just unboxing it and having a first look, but my full review will come probably at the end of this week. I'm very busy right now. I try to make 2 or 3 videos per day, but I also have to study, work, and you know, it's quite a lot to do. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching. Now have a nice day and see you soon in the next one. Bye bye guys.